Emad, on the subject of cryptocurrency, something we've spoken to you about a lot in the past. You've been almost evangelical on the subject, but now you've sold. Why?
I think there's a price for everything, ultimately. What we saw at the end of last year, I mean, I sold the last of my holdings in December, was effectively a move from a core, very simple story, which is Bitcoin store of value, you know, everyone getting in, to just this mass mania as it just exploded everywhere. And you saw coins which had no discernible value at all suddenly 10, 20, $30 billion market caps. You saw joke coins hit $2 billion. And when there's things like that, that's a bit of a bell at the top.
So could you see yourself getting back involved in a cryptocurrency, or do you move on to talk about blockchain and the opportunities there? What's the opportunity in that for you now?
Exactly. As emerging market investors, we look for transformative stories, and that's what we are seeing with the whole blockchain cryptocurrency space. It's just the real returns are not at the top end of the market anymore. They're not in those elements. What they are in is practical applications of the blockchain. For example, I'm involved in applications using refugees, applications using fake news, etc. But that's at the very early stage, because this year will be the year of practical uses of the blockchain, even as this overall bubble just deflates, because there's too much speculative money and too much unethical money in there as well, in terms of people pumping and dumping.
Yeah, just as some very serious practitioners in various industries start to take blockchain very seriously and work out what it could mean for their particular industry. At the same time as that's happening, we have, on the cryptocurrency sort of more headline-grabbing side of things, many administrations around the world, in particular I'm thinking Asia here, clamping down on speculation in cryptocurrencies, or indeed in the use, in the trading, in the pushing of cryptocurrencies. How big is that regulatory threat, do you think?
Well, I mean, cryptocurrency, most of them are uncensorable as long as you're within that system. But the moment you exchange it for Korean won or anything like that, that's when the governments can get you. In Korea, 31% of workers, according to one poll, owned cryptocurrencies, and they're trading at a 40% premium in Korea to anywhere else in the world. So there's a massive amount of getting around foreign exchange controls and those types of things going on like that. The governments cannot sustain that because it's a threat to their actual monetary sovereignty.
Yes.
So that's why we're seeing a crackdown.
And a government's going to put up with that? Because you mentioned the lack of control that they have outside of those systems. Is there anything governments can do to address that?
Yes, they can effectively get them at the point where they exchange for real-world currencies, and they can track who are doing them for a lot of cases.
And without that exchange for real-world currencies, you think the value goes away?
Well, the value certainly diminishes, especially because so much of it is now speculative future value. However, at the same time, there'll be regulated exchanges. Venezuela has the first petrodollar, which is probably malformed, but there'll be more to come. You'll probably see Russia advance in that area. So you'll see regulation decreasing on the one side, but then regulated activities increasing on the other side.